Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. This is Nanda Akhtar, Assistant Professor of Management, Department of Business Administration, Asian University of Bangladesh. Today I am going to talk about a very important model that is your Burke-Litwin Model of Organizational Change. Burke-Litwin Model of Individual and Organizational Performance, which is developed by Werner Burke and George Litwin at 1994. This model shows how to create first-order and second-order change, which the authors call transactional change and transformational change. In first-order change, some features of the organization change, but the fundamental nature of the organization remains the same. First-order change goes by many different levels: transactional, evolutionary, adaptive, incremental, or continuous change. In the second-order change, the organization of the change is fundamentally and substantially altered. The organization is transformed. Second-order change goes by many different levels: transformational, revolutionary, radical, or discontinuous change. Organization development programs are directed toward both first and second order change, with an increasing emphasis on second order, that means transformational change. This model distinguishes between organizational climate and organizational culture. What is organizational climate and what is organizational culture? First of all, we will know about organizational climate. This is defined as people's perception and attitudes about the organization, whether it is a good or bad place to work, friendly or unfriendly, hardworking or easygoing, and so forth. These perceptions are relatively easy to change because they are built on employees' reactions to current managerial and organizational practices. On the other hand, organizational culture is defined as deep-seated assumptions, values, and beliefs that are enduring, often unconscious, and difficult to change. Changing culture is much more difficult than changing climate. After that, the model also makes a distinction between transactional and transformational leadership style. These two concepts come from leadership research, which found that some leaders are capable of obtaining extraordinary performance from followers, while others leaders are not. Transformational leaders are leaders who inspire followers to transcend their own interests for the good of the organization and who are capable of having a profound and extraordinary effect on their followers. Transformational leadership embodies inspiration, which leads to new heights of performance. On the other hand, transactional leaders are leaders who guide or motivate their followers in the direction of established goals by clarifying role and task requirements. These are the leadership embodies a fair exchange between leader and followers that leads to normal performance. Transactional leadership is sufficient for causing fast-order change. On the other hand, transformational leadership is required for causing second-order change. Now we'll see the diagram. In this diagram, we can see the 12 dimensions of Burke-Litwin model of organizational change. And in this diagram, external factors from the very beginning shows often create the need for change, and the strategic factors, transformational factors, are key to the success of any change. They are also often where the objectives of change are first captured, and operating factors Transactional factors may be fairly easy to change but might not actually lead to lasting organizational change. And after that, individual factors. Individual factors are affected by many things and are key to enabling individual performance. And lastly, the outcome. The ultimate outcome of any change is the impact on individual and organizational performance. So in this diagram, top half of the diagram displays, that means there's 4 dimensions involved in transformational change, that means second order change. These factors are powerful enough to change the culture fundamentally. And after that, this A dimension, that means bottom half of the diagram, displays the factors involved in transactional change, that means fast order change. These factors are able to change the organizational climate. To summarize, Burke-Litwin proposed that interventions directed toward leadership, mission and strategy, and organizational culture that produce transformational change or fundamental change in the organization's culture. And after that, interventions directed toward management practice, organizations, structure, and system produce that transactional change or change in organizational climate. So these are the things that creates 2 distinct set of organizational dimensions. One set primarily is associated with the transactional level of human behavior or the everyday interactions and exchange that create the climate. On the other set, that means second set of dimensions is concerned with process of human transformation. That is suddenly in behavior. These transformational processes are required for genuine change in the culture of an organization. We consider the Burke-Litwin model to be a significant advance in thinking about planned change. The OD practitioner first of all determine the kind of change required for an organization, whether that is transactional or transformational, and after that targets interventions toward factors of the organization that produce the desired change. So that's all about the Burke-Litwin model of organizational change. So thanks for watching.